This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
It's Sterling, Walter Sterling, on the other side of midnight. It's Sterling, Walter Sterling, you should be here every night. He takes to the air without a care and does his nightly
Turn
shows.
on my mic.
And the Midnight Misfits all tune in for reasons nobody knows. It's Sterling, Walter Sterling, on the other side of midnight. It's Sterling, Walter Sterling, you should be here every night.
All right, 6 minutes past the hour on the great shift, the late shift with Walter Sterling. The other side of midnight. You understand the physics of that. There's a side of midnight that those people thrive in. That's not the side we're on. We're on the left-handed, flat-footed, accessory navicular side of midnight. Fran, welcome to the other side of midnight with Walter Sterling. Hello, Fran.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Mr. Sterling. I'm a pharmacist, and I had a few comments about what you were saying about pain medications.
Yes, ma'am.
If someone is in chronic pain, if they give him just Percocet, that's not the right treatment. And the reason why that is true is because Percocet, which contains oxycodone and acetaminophen is Tylenol, this is an immediate release dosage form. The drug doesn't stay in your system long enough to give you the coverage to reduce chronic pain. They have to give him a sustained release opioid, such as MS-Contin, morphine sulfate, sustained release, or they might give him OxyContin, or they may give him fentanyl patches, okay? Or they may even give him a non-opioid such as lidocaine patches, okay? So if a patient has chronic pain and they're just giving him something like Tylenol or codeine or Percocet, these don't give you a sustained blood level. And that is not the way you treat chronic pain. Now, I don't work in a pain clinic. I work in a military hospital, and I'm very much involved in pain management, and I also work in a methadone clinic. And this is the way you treat chronic pain is that you have to give the patient a sustained release form of the drug, okay, of the opioid, so it doesn't leave the blood so quickly. I'm trying to, explain it in colloquial terms, okay? And that way, the opioid, the sustained release opioid, which is designed to reduce, to release the drug slowly into your bloodstream, okay, raises the pain threshold. So those substances that cause pain in the blood, such as leukotrienes, prostaglandins, and it's all chemistry, okay? You raise the pain threshold, which means it takes more of those chemicals to be in the blood in order for the patient to start experiencing pain. Now, in most cases, they give a sustained release opioid, plus they give him a small amount of Percocet or Tylenol 3, because in what happens in many cases is that a patient, despite the fact that he may be stabilized on a sustained release opioid, he gets something called breakthrough pain. The immediate release medications, preparations such as Percocet and Tylenol 3 or even Tramadol will be used for breakthrough pain. In other words, He's stabilized on the sustained release opioid, but maybe one day, some days he's doing worse than other days, and he has more pain. That's when you take the Percocet, or that's when you take the Tramadol. Okay, that's how you treat chronic pain if you're going to use drugs. Okay,
Fran,
that's how you treat it.
Fran,
yeah.
Here's the problem.
Mm-hmm. What's the problem?
You are a professional, an expert. You know what you're talking about. Doctors, professional experts know what they are talking about. You and the doctor should have the freedom to treat the chronic pain in the way you think best.
You're right. And you know what?
Unfortunately, today, no, that's okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, today in most states, you are not given that freedom. In fact, you're terrorized to treat it the way you think is best. You're terrorized against doing that. Yeah. You're threatened with jail if you go to day 6.
Right. And you know one of the reasons why that's true?
Why? Because
drug companies get sued. Okay. For Purdue Frederick has been. Look, I'm not a sales rep for a drug company. And those sales reps do not detail me because I'm not on a pharmacy and therapeutics committee. Okay?
No,
but I've been working in hospitals since I'm 14 years old.
Right.
And I've been a pharmacist for over 30 years. Right. I have never heard. Now, maybe if a sales rep from a drug company is telling a doctor how to prescribe the medication, okay, and the doctor doesn't consider the needs of the patient first and considers if the rep is actually telling them how to prescribe in like a specific way, okay, and that doctor listens to that drug rep, that doctor isn't worth a salt. Or if a doctor is going to be bribed by a dinner or a sandwich, that person shouldn't be in the medical profession.
But that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking. I'm talking about the state legislatures who tell the doctors how long they can prescribe. They can give the pain med for 5 days, 6 days. How the hell did some clown in a legislature, a politician, how did that happen?
If you're treating acute pain, they're not going to give a large supply of an immediate release opioid because that's when you get addiction.
No, it isn't.
Really?
With respect, everything you've said, by the way, I believe you. Fran, you're the real deal. I know you're the real deal. But here's the thing about addiction. Here's listen to me.
I majored in chemistry, too.
Okay, listen to me. I'm in show business. I've majored in addiction. Listen, here's how it works. The CDC studies themselves have indicated that people who have been prescribed pain medicine, prescribed, not getting it on the street, who have been prescribed pain medicine, 0.06% become addicted.
Right. Okay.
0.06. That's it.
Okay.
If you pick up your first drink today, if you pick up your first beer today, 1 out of 10 of you is going to become an alcoholic.
Okay. So let me ask you, why are so many patients suing doctors and pharmacists and drug companies claiming they're addicted? Why is that happening?
I don't know. I'd like to know how many that is. You say so many. Do you know how many?
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah.
How many?
Oh, I don't have numbers. Right. I don't have numbers, but look, the majority of patients, I'm not in the legal business. The majority of patients use the drugs correctly. We do have some patients who do not. We do have some patients, and it's a very small number of patients, considering that I work at a military hospital, and we have, veterans that have chronic pain and missing limbs, young and old alike, okay, and the majority of them use the drugs correctly. But we do have a few patients here and there that they get, for example, a 30-day supply of either a sustained-release opioid or an immediate-release opioid, and they come back 2 weeks early, and they'll say they're out of the medication.
Right. Listen, Fran, I got to go.
Now,
listen to me. My point is, you and the doctor should be the only ones making those decisions, not the state of Ohio making that decision. Thank you for the call, Fran. I appreciate it. 800-848-9222, 800-848-9222 with Walter Sterling. The other side of midnight.